This is for the win from 29 from the right hash. Kuz's kick is good. Here is Durant for the win. James for the win. It's gone. LeBron James at the buzzer.
Prior to the recording of the show, welcome, by the way, we brought up Steph Curry's legacy. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry is my favorite player. It is my opinion that a championship this year will not make him top 10 all time. So,
championship and finals MVP.
Championship and finals MVP. Welcome, Zach. Welcome back, by the way, Zack Williams. So, Antoine said, who do you take out of the top 10? Are you going to take Kobe out? Zach said, go ahead and say what you said.
Kobe's not top 10.
Hold on, you're not in the mic. I can't
gotta say it in the mic.
Let me scoot up. All right. Kobe Bryant is not in my top 10. He's a borderline top 10 player.
And I said, if you put Steph in, you have to take Kobe out.
So Kobe is 10 for you. That's my point.
God.
You can make compelling arguments about him being in the 10 around number 10, right?
Kobe Bryant. Who's your? Is Shaq? Hold on. Okay, so let's get some of this. Is Shaq in your top 10?
Yeah. Shaq's better than Kobe.
Shaquille O'Neal is better than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, who has 5 championship rings. He has 9 all defensive first teams.
Okay.
How many first team all NBAs does Kobe have? More than Shaq, I'd assume.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal. Now, if you're gonna say Shaq is more dominant, but Shaq, you're saying Shaq resume player is better than Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Bro, what are we on today?
Now, caveat, right?
Okay.
Kobe Bryant is the most skilled offensive player that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Right?
You pulling up stats right now?
Of course. We got to talk resume. We got to.
Right. Okay. Kobe Bryant is the most skilled offensive player that I've ever seen.
Okay. So now, I'm going to preface this by saying, for me, all NBA defense and all NBA in general, I think those are huge,
You put weight on those.
I put a lot of weight on those because that's hey, who are the top 15 guys based on position, or who are the best 10 defenders in the NBA? So, of course, Shaq has a longevity, 4-time NBA championship, 3 finals MVPs. We know that. With Kobe on the team, he was the better player during their three-peat. He's got an MVP, 15-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA first team, 2-time All-NBA second team, 4-time All-NBA third team, 3-time All-NBA defense second team, Rookie of the Year. He's got a couple scoring titles, all that good stuff. Very, very impressive resume.
Yeah,
but now let's
sure.
talk about Kobe Bryant.
Love him.
Kobe's got 5 rings.
I'm mad first of all, I'm just mad how we started. This is supposed to be about the NBA Finals.
Well, I mean,
2022.
Blasphemy has to be addressed.
I'm with you. I'm here.
Kobe's an 18-time All-Star. He's also got an MVP. He's got 2 Finals MVPs, 11-time All-NBA first team, 2-time All-NBA second team, 2-time All-NBA third team, 9-time All-NBA defensive first team. He's got a couple scoring titles as well. What makes Shaq better than Kobe? On the court or resume. Why would you rank Shaq higher than Kobe in your all-time ranking?
He's a better player, man. Simple as that. I'll elaborate. So, if you can start with the time that they overlap, right, on the same team. And some people have made the argument that, oh, well, Kobe wasn't in his prime yet.
Kind of wasn't. He kind of wasn't.
Kobe was that dude. Kobe was very highly regarded at that point.
I think Kobe then was like where like Jason Tatum is now. Like he was at 24, 25. Like he's really good, but like the Black Mamba was like 09, 2010, 05, 06.
Okay. When Steve Nash beat him out. That's what we're talking about.
I mean, Steve Nash beat Shaq out too. I mean,
nah, I'm messing with you.
I mean,
yeah.
let's
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if you go back to the '90s, right? Just objectively watching the game, MJ was the best player,
right?
No doubt about it. You get to the mid '90s, it's Shaq. It's Shaq.
I mean, when you say mid '90s, are we going to skip over Dream? What Dream did to Shaq in the finals?
No. I mean, he's up there too now. I believe that, or I'll put it this way. So the Dream is my favorite big man of all time. Very skilled, great footwork. Honestly, does a lot of things footwork wise that Kobe does in the paint.
Kobe learned from him.
Right. But Shaq was still that guy after Mike in the 90s. Not for that period of time where the Rockets won in Jordan's absence, but from the rise of Orlando onward, it was Shaq.
I mean, Shaq had a run where he was the best player in the NBA, no doubt. I just think when you look at the totality of their careers, because I don't want to get too caught up into just Kobe and Shaq. there got to be other people you have in your top 10 besides Shaq over Kobe, but I just don't think I can rank Shaq higher than Kobe all time. So, do you have Tim Duncan in your top 10?
I was just about to say that. So it's either
Yes.
9, 10, 8, 9, and 10, or Tim. Is in any order, or Tim, Kobe, and Shaq.
Okay, so
Right.
now Tim,
I agree with that.
having Tim over Kobe, because I got Tim over Shaq. I can understand someone having Tim over Kobe based on resume, because I believe he has more All NBA defensive appearances. He has another MVP. I still think Kobe was a better player than Tim Duncan. I do. I
don't know.
On both ends of the court. I
No.
don't think either of them necessarily brought a great deal of high level playmaking. I just think they both brought it on both ends. Tim Duncan was never a prolific scorer, and that's what I hold against him. Matter of fact, like for me, Tim Duncan and Shaq are like this. I put Tim Duncan a little bit ahead of him. I don't think Tim Duncan ever averaged more than 25 points per game. You can fact check me on that. Like that's big.
I don't think
for
He
me.
didn't need to. Like if you,
He also didn't need to.
yeah,
On the Spurs.
if you look,
Jordan
at,
didn't have to, but he did.
Well,
kinda-
nah,
yeah,
he got no.
Jordan
He had
didn't
to.
have to every
He had
year.
to.
Yes, he did.
He didn't have to get the scoring title every year. Jordan didn't have to. He wanted to, and he was just that guy.
He had to score.
Do you think Tim
was-
Duncan could average 28, 29 and keep up the level of defense that he had?
Bro, Tim Duncan, that was just the team he played on. That just wasn't the formula for success, bro. Like, that just wasn't a thing.
I'm saying,
Right.
but do we
If
think
he
that
was-
was within his ability?
Yes.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant
Absolutely.
was a scoring champion and a lockdown defender.
Bro, if Tim Duncan played on a different
yeah.
team,
He no okay.
Oh,
So
he
let
wasn't.
me add some more to that, because even
careful.
Phil Jackson has come out and provided some more context into Kobe Bryant, the defender.
Be careful. Go ahead.
I'm speaking
listening.
from the
Go
man
ahead.
that
Let's see
would
what Phil
know
had
him
to say.
best, right? So I recall, I don't know if it was in his book or in an interview.
All right. So now, book. Come on now.
Listen.
Was it the one where he hated Kobe? Go ahead. I'll calm down.
He provided context to Kobe as a defender, right? So he said something along the lines that the fans get enamored with him making athletic plays, him, going through spurts and getting steals, things of that nature. But when it comes to sustained, consistent, hard-nosed defense, it wasn't what it was built up to be.
Okay. I just think that's wrong. I do think the last couple of all NBA defensive first teams that Kobe made, they were kind of reputation type award. I'm a Laker fan. I watched Kobe. Right. I watched Kobe. This is in 2004.
Okay.
It's a regular season game, but it's something I'll never forget. They were playing the Orlando Magic. Tracy McGrady is going off on Rick Fox. I think just cooking him. And this is back when I was in middle school. So I'm in Orlando. So I was like the only Kobe fan around a bunch of Laker fan, Kobe fan, around a bunch of T-Mac Magic fans. Kobe had 1 point at halftime. T-Mac's cooking. He had like 21, 22. Coming out of the half, they put Kobe on T-Mac. I watched Kobe clamp T-Mac and then put up 37 points in the second half. I just don't think there are a lot of
He's
players.
able to do that, for sure.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a lot of players all time that can do that. And that in itself, because like I said, I think Tim Duncan has a little bit of an edge when it comes to awards and all that. But Tim Duncan wasn't the prolific scorer that Kobe was. I'll entertain it, though. So we talked about Tim, Shaq. Who else y'all got over Kobe? I mean, I assume y'all
go ahead.
Real quick.
So to piggyback off of that Kobe Bryant point, he is able to lock down guys in spurts, for sure. But if we're just going to talk about the peak, his peak as a defender, then in the context of the entire argument, we need to consider Shaq's peak as a player, in my opinion, is higher than Kobe. So if we're applying that logic,
we're talking about peak as. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think Shaq's peak's higher than Kobe's peak. Shaq was he was a lot to handle.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about, when we talk about sustained excellence and all that, like there were a lot of those championship runs where like Kobe was holding it down in the Western Conference Finals and the semifinals, and in the finals, Shaq just reached his final form and would, it's not like Shaq played hard every game or he was always the most. Shaq's peak higher than Kobe. Man, Kobe, whew. You're talking about 9 straight games, 40 points, 5 straight games over 50, 62 points in 3 quarters.
Because man, he doesn't. You can't.
I'm not going to be able to. I can't move the needle with you.
81 point. I mean,
he's a Kobe stan, bro. It doesn't matter what you say.
It's all about time scale,
no,
right?
Shaq. I mean, Shaq's prime was, first of all, I think Kobe's prime was longer. Oh no, Shaq came in dominant in '94.
Yeah, if you think about
this is '94 to like 05. Yeah. Shaq's ceiling higher than Kobe's? I gotta think about that one.
Okay, we can. I gotta think about that one at some point.
I gotta think about it because he was a problem. Don't get me wrong, Shaq was a problem like no other.
Yeah,
but Kobe Bryant.
Let's reel it back in. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So to the top 10.
The thing was so. The original argument is if Steph wins.
Okay, so Steph's not even close to Kobe. That's why. let's get to that.
Agreed.
Steph's not even close to Kobe.
Not yet.
And Steph, bro,
not
all
yet.
time, Kobe's my favorite. Steph's number 2. Steph's not even. Steph, dude, he's changed the game. He's the greatest shooter of all time. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
But Steph hasn't sniffed an All NBA defense. Steph only has 4 All NBA first teams. Like let's chill on that. Like Steph's gonna be top 10. I don't. Well, really quickly to wrap up the top 10 thing. Are you guys including the Bill Russells and the?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. Lately, I've kind of been pulling them out because only for the reason that like if you watch highlights from pre-shot clock era, it doesn't look like the same sport.
I feel like
it doesn't.
You're kind of obligated to put Bill and Wilt and Larry and Magic in there, but you're obligated.
Oh, well, Larry and Magic for sure. But so when are we going to start talking about George Mikan then? No, because he was that guy the first 10 years of the league. Like if we gonna, no, I'm saying like if we gonna give love to Wilt, like we gotta start giving love to George.
No,
Mikan.
bro, Wilt and George Mikan are not on the same
Cousy.
level, bro.
I understand it, bro, but George Mikan was that guy when
I
there was
think
17s.
a lot of the reason that we don't talk about, players from the early days, 50s, is the proximity to the 60s where the talent was so vastly superior.
Yeah, when the ABA and all that merger happened, but
Right.
to go back to Steph, like Steph's not approaching Kobe, and there are some people saying he's approaching LeBron. Are you kidding me?
It's just talking points.
That's like, because but at the end of the conference finals and the beginning of NBA finals, it's always like 4 or 5 days, so they have to fill time with something to talk about,
Right.
But I mean, Steph is top 15, in my opinion. He's top 15. He's in there. But to crack the top 10, like you said, you got to take somebody.
You got to take somebody
it's
out.
not Kobe.
It's either Steph, Tim, or Shaq. It's either one of the. I mean,
talking about
Kobe, Tim, or Shaq.
I'm not
taking
sure
one of
that
those
they're
out.
definitely
And
8, 9, and 10.
Well,
I'm not sure.
they're all from 9, 10, 11-ish for me, right? But
I don't know what to
if
do
I'm
with Bill
ranking Shaq, Tim Duncan, and Kobe, I'm putting Kobe last.
Wow, I'm trying to move on. I really am. I just think Kobe was the more dominant player in his. But anyways, I mean, I don't know what to do with Bill Russell.
Yeah.
I can work with putting Wilt in there. Where's Oscar for you? Is Oscar top 10?
No.
Nah.
Okay, he's not. He's not for me either. Okay, so quickly, what's your top 10? Just
Oh,
if you
no,
can do it off the dome.
no. All right, so
This is a whole nother episode.
In no
right now.
order. I mean,
This is a whole nother episode.
It's cool.
right
It's
All right,
cool.
so-
We'll
so
split this.
obviously we
time
have-
stamps. We do that, right? Yeah.
yeah, so you can make this a whole separate thing, right? So we've got Mike, obviously. We've got LeBron. We've got Kareem. We've got Larry Bird. We've got Magic. We've got Tim Duncan. We've got Shaq. We've got, who am I missing? Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. Then
How many is that? Is that 8 or 9?
That's 9 right
That's
there.
9.
So I mean, you see where I'm getting.
So here's
You
the
can
thing.
make an argument that Kobe is in the number 10 spot, but who above that are you taking off? Like, I know you're taking out Bill Russell, but
Yeah, I don't know what to do with Bill.
historical context, though,
You can't tell the
saying-
story of basketball without Bill
Without
Russell.
Bill-
exactly.
But he was still a sub 20 point per game score, 44%, all that good stuff. I know the game was different. That's
Yeah.
why it's hard for me to like. I actually did this recently. I did my Mount Rushmore. I did Jordan, Bron, Kareem, Magic, and then I said my next tier is Larry, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Shaq. But I did omit Wilt, Russell, and Oscar from that. I just took them out. Like I know, what's his name is doing a top 50 players of the last 50 years. If I include them,
It's all about how you compile your list, right? Are you literally looking at film and saying, top 50 guys, which I think most people, including you, don't exactly do. You're thinking about relevance or relative performance to players of that day.
of that time, yeah. I mean, but then Wilt has to be top 3. See what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to do this without contradicting ourselves. Because if we say it's based on how they performed against their peers, Wilt averaged 50 and 27.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, there's no way to do this. I'm thinking about this. I think about like there's no way to display the globe on a flat plane. That's why you have the Mercator projection. That's why you have all these different projections. It's like the same thing with basketball, but there's no way to. Wilt and Steph are two completely different type of play. There's no way to put them on the same.
that's why
thing,
I
bro.
kind of just
There's no way to
cut
do it.
things off. I cut things off around like 75, 71, and before that.
And that's why he
if I'm
went
going to include them,
last 50 years, it's just way easier to make that clean break and actually look at guys in the same
y'all got
way.
Larry over Kobe?
Yeah.
I got Larry over Kobe. I do think if they were both on the court at the same time, I think Kobe would.
But Larry, he came in the 70s, though, bro. So it's
Oh, it was 80s. It was Larry's not that old.
Well,
Larry came in 81, right? 80.
I think it was 79. Yeah.
79. That's what I'm saying. He came in on 79, bro.
Yeah.
Look it up real quick. I'm almost.
Yeah, look it
Bro,
up.
I know for a fact he came in 79.
Want to put money on it? And don't edit this out either if he didn't come in 79. Do not edit this out. Unless it's 79-80.
Yeah, 79-80 season, I believe.
78.
78-79.
78-79.
Larry
Okay.
Bird's first year was 78-79.
Yeah.
78. I want my money.
Did Magic and Larry come in the same year?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want my money.
The Lakers won the 79 finals? That
I
don't
want my
sound
money.
right.
I want my money.
That don't
I want
sound
my
right.
money,
Hold
bro.
on, let me look it up.
Bro, I want my money, bro.
Let me see.
Bro, I want my money.
Because
NBA draft, 1978, round 1, pick 6, bro.
Hold on one second.
I just want my money.
Hold on.
I just want my money.
You know,
bro.
guys get drafted and they play.
Hey, bro.
What you talking about, man?
Hey, bro.
Oh,
Social
man.
studies was my best.
79-80 was his rookie year.
I said that.
I said unless it's 79-80, but it's not. He didn't play 78-79.
Wikipedia. Either way, I said 79 to begin with, bro. I said 79 to begin with. So, hey.
I think about that in here. Regardless,
Yeah.
going back to Steph, we're way off topic now. Going off to Steph, I think people do Steph a disservice by starting to do this because then when you overrate a player, that's when you have more energy from people to bring them down, to tear them down.
Fair.
Steph is top 15. I think if Steph gets this ring and this Finals MVP, I think you got to have him above Kevin Durant if you don't already.
Oh, I do already.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people do. I know a lot of people have them right next to each other. I think you got to.
I think context works better with Stephen.
It's tough, though. It's a tough conversation to have internally.
He got 4 scoring titles.
Right.
Right.
Because same thing with Shaq and Kobe, right? When they were together, Durant was the better player.
Durant was the better player. But I
Good one. Yeah.
But I do want to specify, and I don't think a lot of people realize that Steph was scoring more than KD was when they were together. Steph was the leading scorer.
Okay.
Steph was also the player that teams game plan for. Durant was the better player, but I think Durant benefited from playing with Steph more than Steph benefited from playing with Kevin Durant. If you talk
absolutely.
about
Yeah.
That's
like KD got to play one-on-one.
That's not an argument. Like, nobody
while they were,
can-
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
KD was the better player, and I think at the end of their careers, if you look at their peaks, KD was probably the better player on the court. But
Yeah.
I think Steph's resume. But we'll put
I don't
a
know.
button on that.
Resume, no finals MVPs.
All right, so let's talk about that. Steph Curry.
It's all about context with Steph.
Yeah, I
man.
know. I'm just-
Steph
'cause
should have.
So
that.
the first one, he averaged 26, 6, and 5.
I'm taking Iguodala.
All right, Max Kellerman.
Skip talking about this all the
All right.
time.
So Iggy wasn't supposed to get that.
Nah, he
Iggy wasn't
wasn't.
supposed to get that. I think sometimes Steph Curry he's a victim of his own success. Like, there are a lot of games you'll watch and Steph will have like 33. But if he doesn't hit like 8 threes, people act like he didn't play that well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we didn't reach that euphoric Steph is going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't shoot the ball well in that series, though. He didn't shoot the ball well. I want to say he was shooting about 43, 44%.
I mean, but
30s for three.
everything revolved around Steph. Like, all that Iggy did, because when they gave it to Iggy, what did they say? His defense on LeBron. Like,
It wasn't.
LeBron averaged 35.
that argument is-
Like,
He's
bad.
still-
Yeah. Fair enough.
LeBron wasn't efficient like that, but Steph Curry's finals career, he's averaging 26, 6, and 5.
Yeah.
Like, the first one they won with Durant, he averaged 29, 9, and 8.
Right.
The next one, it was like 28, something like. So it's like, he has no finals MVPs, but like you said, you got to put it in context.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
up until Kobe's, when Kobe had 3 rings, he had no finals MVPs, but he had some good finals performance. Steph Curry has actually performed better in the finals than Kobe Bryant has.
Yeah. Well,
Out of Steph's 5, yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
Kobe has some. Okay, so I'm a Kobe fan, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Kobe didn't play that well in the finals.
Really?
Is
Is this the Tom Brady Super Bowl argument as well?
Well, I didn't make that argument. I'm
Well,
just
a
saying,
lot of people say that Tom Brady's played better in Super Bowl losses than he has when they've won.
He did play really well against the Eagles, but no, and I'm not saying.
My man, what time?
Well, and don't just if you cut and use this, use this as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Kobe played poorly in the finals, but Kobe's not an all-time finals performer.
Okay.
Like they weren't like incredible performances that Kobe had in the finals. And I'm just saying that to say like Steph Curry doesn't have a finals MVP, but has played better than Kobe in the finals. So like that's missing from his resume, but also like he got robbed out of one of them, and he played with Kevin Durant. Thank you for joining us on the For the Win vodcast.
Make sure you follow us on IG at For the Win Vodcast, on YouTube at For the Win, on Apple Music, on Spotify. We are everywhere.
For the win. And we out.
Peace.
Yes, sir.